Okay. Should be live in 3, 2, 1. Let me get some other things ready. Oh, man. Okay, we're live officially here. This is Poor Man's Commish, your Warriors credentialed insider, and we are here with Rebecca as usual. Say hi, Rebecca. And
Hi,
also
guys.
Dr. Tom.
Hello.
Now I'm going to step out, and I forgot something in my car, which is horrible. But you guys go ahead with the pregame. We're about to start pretty soon, aren't we? Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
3:58, tip off at 4:00 something. So go ahead.
You
Rebecca,
probably have like
start.
10 minutes.
Jump in. What's that?
You probably have like 10 minutes. Usually they start like 7:10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys go ahead and discuss this one. No Steph, Jordan Poole start. Draymond is okay, thank goodness. Looney is okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's even without Steph, you got to hope they're looking at this like a way to get a win. Cause this Raptors team is pretty, Lowry's going to be sitting out. They're struggling. They had sort of the march from hell. So even without Steph, you got to go in there thinking, okay, let's get a win, especially after dropping a game in Atlanta, these kind of recent sort of struggles for the Warriors. So
yeah, I mean, the Raptors definitely are shorthanded tonight, and that will play a factor. Kyle Lowry out, as you said. Patrick McCaw's out, and Rodney Hood is also out, as well as Paul Watson and Jalen Harris, who aren't really, big names or anything. But I mean, when you're playing the Raptors, ultimately, you got to watch out for their main guy at this point, which is Pascal Siakam. But if anything, I think the kind of dark horse in this game, who played extremely well against the Warriors, I believe, when they were in San Francisco, was Chris Boucher.
Yeah.
Or however you say it, who was actually a Warrior for a little bit on a two-way coming out of Oregon when he tore his ACL. But he is extremely tall, has a large wingspan, and is a great shot blocker. So we got to kind of minimize him, and I think that will be an interesting task for Wiseman to take on kind of in his continued growing role.
Yeah, me and Daniel Hardy, we just did a podcast last night. It went up this morning with the guys at Raptors HQ, and we were talking to them about they're kind of diagnosing struggles the Raptors have been having, and one thing they pointed to is rebounding and just the Raptors' lack of a real sort of proper big man. And I was wondering and hoping that going into this game that it would be a chance for Wiseman to really get rolling, because you're not going to be contending with, Siakam is in that can kind of play a smaller, that smaller five, but they don't have sort of the big banging center. So you'd like to think a guy like Wiseman could take advantage of, maybe not as much resistance, and that he could get going, because he's really, it's well documented, and it's to be expected. He's 19 years old and he played 3 games in college, that he might struggle a little bit, but you'd like to think, okay, well, you're going up against, a team that just doesn't have that big man that can kind of match up against Wiseman, that maybe they could look to take advantage of it. He could, because of that lack of resistance or what have you, could maybe get going. So this, it's a big a game to watch for Wiseman, if he can rebound a little bit, metaphorically and literally too, rebound, but can get back on track after this, in this stretch where he's kind of hit a wall, which again, it's to be expected. He's 20 now, and he, you can't out, and especially for a big man, which is a tough position to come into the league and play as a rookie. Yeah, no, I think like that's what I'm looking for in this game is how Wiseman plays. How Wiseman plays and Wiggins, going back to that game in back in San Francisco, I believe Wiggins played well. He played big, came up with sort of the big stop on Siakam on that when they were trying to win the game. So if Wiggins without Steph out there can kind of keep playing like he was against Miami, and if that can be enough to get the Warriors a win.
Yeah, and I mean, I think just looking at last night's game, I mean, as someone, I mean, I live in Miami, so the Heat are like my East Coast team, and the Warriors are my West Coast team. And I think people that view us a lot kind of know my kind of conflictingness there, and how stressed I get when the teams play. But I mean, the Heat, especially over their last few games, have had an extraordinary defense. They've, I believe, this season held the most teams under 100 points. And I think we saw that, yes, the Warriors did have some unforced turnovers, but they had a lot of forced turnovers by the Heat. And that's just good defense. And I think they also gave Wiseman a lot of trouble. Bam at this point is considered kind of a veteran. I mean, still growing, still getting better, but has a high defensive IQ and arguably should make the all-defensive team. If at least second team. And so looking at him, as well as the rest of the defense, they really made it tough on Wiseman. One of the plays I look at was when Wiseman tried to go on the fast break. He tried to Euro step, but Oladipo was in the right spot and drew the charge. That's a very Miami play. Guys willing to put their body out there to take the hit, and that's just a veteran savvy play, a guy that knows, hey, this is a rookie coming. Rookies tend to be a little out of control with their bodies, especially a tall guy like this. If I get in the right spot at the right time, I'm gonna draw this charge.
Yeah, and definitely, I mean, Miami, basically that formula was what they rode to the finals last year, just this kind of smart, this smart play and defense, and they did it against the MVP in Giannis, and so like again, a 19-year-old rookie, okay, I'm pretty sure they can make it tough. Now, the Warriors had opportunities. Steph obviously, not surprisingly, played well. Wiggins played well. They kind of let that one go. It's probably, if you're looking at anything, it is where those turnovers. The Raptors are a good team when it comes to, unfortunately, forcing turnovers too. So that need or desire to clean up the play, that's a universal, but you got to be careful against the Raptors too, just like you did and you should have been against a really sort of tough and smart defensive team like the Heat are.
Yeah, and I mean, I think looking at the Raptors roster, they do have a lot of players that are strong defensively. Fred VanVleet has pretty good size for his position and is a pretty good defender, as we've seen.
Fred's so good. Like, his footwork is on another level.
I make a big deal out of how when we were heading into the finals, again, we did with these Raptors HQ guys, and I said after Kawhi, I was like, the Raptors player I was the most spooked by was VanVleet, and then he goes out and has this pretty amazing finals, and so every time I'm like, no, I told you all that guy can play.
The contract he got big time.
Yeah.
Him, and then they also brought in Gary Trent Jr., who's a okay defender. Of course, trading. Well, they also brought in Rodney Hood in that same trade, who is a scorer, and if he gets going, can score extremely well. But they traded away Norman Powell. Is that right?
Powell, yeah.
Yeah. Who is also was not a bad defender, and he's been playing well in Portland. So, I mean, I think this is definitely a winnable game without Steph. It's just going to come to locking in defensively and trying not to have a lot of unforced turnovers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also, Go ahead.
How much
Someone's
does
starting to
Steph
talk.
celebrate? How much does Steph celebrate from the bench tonight? Because he's got the tailbone, right? So you
Yeah, he's got-
wonder.
Well, Clay's on the trip.
Oh yeah, there's a little 18-second clip of him shooting around from NBC Sports Bay Area. Okay. I hope everything goes well on my end here because I just checked the speed test of my internet. It's pathetic right now for some reason.
It seemed like there have been a lot of that going around the Bay Area. I've seen a lot of people complaining that their internet is being wonky.
Strange.
I wonder what. Yeah, probably because everybody's on it and using it. Just things get so laggy.
Right. And I have to say Zoom is really good at you could have the worst internet and it still somehow connects. Yeah, in the pregame, Kareth was asking how surreal it is to go to the Tampa Arena, which I copied behind me, Emily Arena, and it says "We the North."
Yeah, yeah, I saw that because on like league, the league pass, you get like the inter audio and they or the video, and there's all this stuff about like, yeah, we the North, and it's like, wait a minute, like this is quite the opposite of the North.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, where are you based again, Tom?
Tallahassee.
Okay.
Yeah. So like conceivably, if it were normal, that would be probably, I'd be like, oh, maybe I'd go drive down for that game or something like that, but obviously not now. Yeah.
Okay. Weird. That's the weirdest thing. Anonymous is saying that when she gets our notifications on the YouTube channel, it is the file name of my original file. I don't know why that is. That's weird. All right. We had some pregame Wiggins talk, which was cool because all of the Canadian reporters want to know about Wiggs.
Yeah.
And
Just
Nick
so you know,
Nurse
I'm
is in
tipping.
Canada. Oh, okay. Not yet. I've got Draymond on the. Why is he on the bench? Is he coming out?
Yeah.
Draymond is not out there.
He's not on the floor. No, Juan is.
Is he? I can't
Yeah, it looks like this Juan Toscano Anderson is out there. Huh,
yeah. I thought he was good to go.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Huh.
Could be a late scratch. I'm paused at 11:53, so let me know.
I just hit 50.
Oh, sorry. 42. So let me know, guys. I'm paused at 11:42.
I'm at 42.
Okay. And it looks like
46, 45, 44, 43, 42.
Sorry. Keep going to 30. Sorry. Keep going to 38. Sorry. Are you there? Oh, it's
they're
not
inbound
yet. Sorry. Hold on.
Now I am.
36.
Okay.
5, 4, 3. Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, I'm there too.
It's not scoring yet for either team. Van Fleet, their main primary ball handler, out to Siakam, who takes the first shot and misses.
Yeah, you can live with him taking that shot.
Yeah. And it is that matchup, Boucher on Wise. There we go.
Nice. Oubre with the nice.
Oubre from the top of the arc.
Siakam just scored. Toscano Anderson played great defense there. It just Yeah, that's that good offense beating good defense.
Yep.
Huh, yeah. Look, yeah, the Oubre missed a little shot in the lane. Looks like he's kind of got the green light right now.
Yeah. Look at Juan, man. His defense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I'll get the foul there, but at least he was there.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's such a revelation this year. Like, I remember watching him a little bit in the last 2019, the summer league, and you're like, okay, and you remember them saying, oh yeah, this guy's from Oakland, but he's definitely like, he's played himself into a contract, or potentially one. Like,
I don't even remember that. I don't remember the summer league with them. I honestly can't remember.
He was. It was that was the Kai Bowman summer league.
Yeah, right.
And then Wiggins.
It's the jumper that he usually doesn't make that we hate.
You see if he can keep that good momentum from against the Heat going tonight. Ooh, and then
Barry Trent over Wiseman. Can't give him that room. There was a thing about Barry Trent being traded on the exact same day from the exact same team to the exact same team as his dad.
Huh.
Also, the fact that all players in the league named Gary were traded on the trade deadline. So Gary Trent, Gary Harris, and
anyways,
I forget the other.
Now my internet just acted up, so good Lord, this is horrible.
Oh, Raptors get the bucket. Oh, no, bucket didn't count.
Yeah, it was
foul before the shot.
Yeah.
So where are you guys?
9:23.
Okay.
Ooh.
Got lucky.
Oh.
Goaltend?
Yeah, that was.
I don't mind that. I like the effort.
Yeah. He just, and Siakam just, he's
down.
good, but he just took him to put him in the he did his Hakeem impression with the dream shake.
He's still 0.2 seconds late. But it used to be like 0.
And Van Fleet, there's that defense. Knocks it away from Wiseman.
Oh,
Wiseman one-on-one with Siakam.
He just needs to be a little more beastly with stuff, but I don't kind of born with that.
Yeah.
Full work. I was better defended though than he did earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Poole in the corner.
There's another one. Yeah.
Great pass, Oubre.
Oubre's definitely grown since he's joined the team. I actually have loved watching his growth. Siakam again.
He's
got 4 or 5 shooting, 8 of their points. Wiggs drives inside, gets fouled.
But that's what you want to see him driving and cutting. So that's good. You're just being aggressive, and it seems like he was. He had 3, the little mid-range shot, but he's still being aggressive. He was last night too.
Yeah, sorry about the latency on this Zoom call. I think it's my internet. Real quick.
Let's see what we got here. Todd Williams made them both, so we're back tied up here. Siakam. Oh. All right. Siakam missed the layup. There's good defense by Wiggins.
Shoot. I wonder if I can make one of you guys a Tom, I might make you host if the internet continues to be bad for me.
Okay.
See what happens.
Yeah. All right.
All right, 13-13.
Yeah.
Van Fleet has the switch on Wiseman, which means Poole is on Nobi, who drives inside.
Yeah, he just went right at him.
There we go.
Ooh,
Wiseman push shot goes from the baseline.
no,
I like it.
was Wiggins. That was
Yeah.
not a great
That's
shot.
what I
but
meant.
Yeah.
I was happy that Wiseman was there.
Yeah.
That one, we're getting like, they're getting in the paint too easily is the bottom line.
Oubre off on the 3.
Yeah.
Oh boy, on the Oubre. Oh, wait a minute. Fred was going to pass it. Then I thought he palmed it, but anyways, they missed.
Yeah.
Come on, James, do something. Oh,
Oubre
gosh.
gets stripped,
Mm.
trying to go back up.
I mean,
Almost a steal there by Oubre.
Still just down 2.
dancing on it. Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
Wiseman just, again, I think that's the 19-year-old. You just
Keep playing, big fella.
Yeah.
You got to stay down on that shot.
Yeah.
Down 4.
Use your length against him. Keep your hands up high. Force the tough shot.
Yeah, so about to sip a little, just under 6 minutes to go, down 4. So, did they say why Draymond wasn't out there?
All I know is that the Warriors posted an update. Juan will start in place of Draymond, but originally they had him in the starting lineup. So, not quite sure.
Yeah, I wonder if you'll see him though. They'll bring him in later, but
Right.
maybe not.
All right. When we come back, I'll try and take a picture. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got a Frosty Tips highlight. Rebecca's favorite nickname.
Raptors 8 of 11 from the field, so it's just they're like you were saying about get the paint, not being down there. They're just kind of getting whatever they want. I wonder if hopefully they'll probably sub in Looney at some point, and maybe that can kind of slow it down a little bit, or give them a little more defensive push. But yeah, the Raptors are rolling, at least so far.
Van Vliet. Moses Malone was undrafted?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's I wonder if that was because he went right to the ABA. I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So they, yeah.
You're probably right.
So but yeah. So that's not exactly the same. All right, Bazemore's in. Oh, Wiseman's still in. Wait. Oh, and Mannion's in too. Oh,
Careful, Juan.
and one thing I'd like to see Juan do a little more is he'll get those open looks from 3-point range. And sometimes the drive is the right move, but I'd like to see him get a little more confident in taking those shots. And it looks like it's going back the other way off an offensive foul on the Raptors. All right.
Okay, let's see here. Wiggins corner. See what he can do. Swing, swing.
Nice. Nice
All
ball
right.
movement. Get it to Wiseman for the easy bucket.
Maybe that'll boost his confidence a little.
Get him
See
going
if
a
he
little.
can start him. Still got to cover Siakam out there.
Yeah.
Rebound. James, get that rebound.
Yeah.
Juan got it, but still. Yikes.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh. Oh.
Another turnover. They're just playing. It seems like they're just a little out of control sometimes out there. Makes sense with no Draymond, no Steph. That I can see that, but
Yeah.
it looks like that. It looks like Looney's going to check in at the next stoppage.
Wow. OG. Jeez.
Oh, that's just a brutal turnover.
Oh my goodness. Come on, guys.
Yeah, you gotta be a
Wow.
little.
Wow. That's not good at all.
Yeah, you're just being a little too casual there with it.
Only down 4. Jeez.
Oh, there's Pascal's in. Nice and a nice.
All right. Let's go.
All right. Got.
Pays more.
Oh. Yeah, Bazemore did a good job. As good a job as he probably could on Anunoby there, but still picked up the foul. Let's see.
Only 3 turnovers actually for the Warriors. Feels like more.
I was gonna say, yeah. Yeah, it feels like it's a lot more, but
You guys want to take a pick at this free throw?
sure.
Ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's see how it turned out. Not bad.
Aaron Baines is checking in, who is apparent again, according to our conversation with Raptors HQ, the like most reviled player on the Raptors roster.
What?
By Raptors fans? Yeah, they're very much out on the Aaron Baines experience.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he just join the team? When did he join the team?
I think this summer, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Another bad term. It's miscommunication, but
oh boy. Yeah, at least they're not runouts, but they are kind of brain fartish.
Yeah. I'm trying to run a pick and
Please,
roll.
let's do this one. They're down shot clock. Come on, guys.
Oh,
Yay.
Forced turnover. That's good.
Did something.
Yeah.
That's why they don't like Baines.
Yeah.
Just stone hands, I bet.
Yeah, because they wanted an actual big, and instead they got Baines.
Right.
All right. Let's see. Yeah.
Be nice to get a bucket this time. Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
nice. Wiggins through contact too.
Wiggs.
111 points in the first quarter. Wow.
Yeah. Pretty good.
All right. Oh, nice. All right, goodness. Yeah. Just said, I like to. They got Pascal out there. I'd like to see them run a few plays for him, just because of how little he's played recently, because he's been hurt.
Got a timeout.
Yeah. Down 3.
Check my internet here. The fact that I can't even get the speed test to come up tells me it's still pretty bad, probably.
Yeah, Draymond's they gave him he was a late scratch. So then there's just the couple reporters talking about the issues with his finger that came up last night. So
I was wondering why you weren't answering my question, and then I realized I was on mute from my dogs barking.
You're what?
My dogs were barking, so I put myself on mute, but I was trying to ask a question. Steph's good to go versus Atlanta, right?
yeah. Or ideally, or in theory, like Kerr. I think didn't Kerr say something about that in the pregame that
The goal is Atlanta, so he'll get 2 days off. He's not even going to practice the second day, because tomorrow they'll travel, then have practice, then it's Atlanta, I think. What was I going to say? Draymond's finger? Wait, what was that? I didn't even know.
Yeah, it's
That happened late in the game?
Yeah, I can't. I don't. Let's see. He banged his finger in his hip last night, so apparently.
Oh, okay. I remember the hip because he brought that up in the post game, and I think he might have also brought up the finger, but you just kind of went, oh, no worries.
Yeah, he'll play.
Fought through those, but I guess it was bad enough.
Yeah, they thought better of it.
Yeah. Also on the Steph thing, it was a collaboration with Steph, so he was part of the decision making process. Okay.
Yeah.
Time to post on social media our link here. Let me try and remember to tag everybody this time.
Yeah. Steph definitely needed a night off, because I could say you could just tell by the way he's walking. I said it's the same like the way I walk when like I tweak my back, that just like you're like, yeah, you're still in a little bit of pain. I can tell. I know that look.
And yesterday night Gabe and I were pretty upset when he tried to take the charge on Jimmy Butler with like 5 seconds left. Now that one, like, we didn't need that one at all. I kind of understand the Oladipo one, but and now Pascal just come on.
So much for me trying to get him involved, and then he turns it over.
Brain fart turnovers, and it leads to 2 points. God. They're unforced. They're really, I mean, that was okay defense, but it wasn't like, man, just be more careful. I think that's what, 5 turnovers now?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Nico, runner.
Nice.
It got to the point where, hey, someone's got to shoot this.
Again, so I think Pascal did that thing where you bring it down. It's like, no, don't bring it down. Just go right back up with it. But they got the basket.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Good.
Let's go.
Stop.
We're at 6 turnovers, and when we're actually shooting the ball, we're shooting 50%. Nico off of 3.
Oh, good luck.
The little floater was more difficult than that one.
Yeah, we needed that Sacramento Nico, not this.
Sacramento.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, it's credit to Nico. I mean, in my opinion, he's really come a long way this
Yeah.
season. Like, you don't see this often in the NBA.
I definitely didn't expect him to get this much run.
Oh, geez.
Oh, is
Who's
that
that? Oh,
Gary Trent? Yeah.
Of course. I'm not used to seeing Gary Trent Jr. on the
Yeah.
Raptors. Yeah. I'm like, who is that little guy? Wait a minute. They have a little guy? Oh, yeah. Hey, hey. All right,
Nice,
babes.
nice little drive there by Bazemore.
We're only down 4. Okay.
Just
Good.
keeping it close. You just got to get the defense, and makes sense with Draymond not playing. That oh
That was a funny offensive rebound attempt.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that was a little
all
strong.
right.
Oh, just yeah, that's right.
Looney always
Just
doing
out there
stuff.
battling. Oh man, I had something. There's some point I was gonna make, but now it's gone.
Well, I was going to say Gary Trent Jr. must be a little bit upset he's no longer with Portland.
Yeah,
That was a nice situation. He played so well in the bubble
yeah.
to get shipped off to, an under 500 team.
Haskell drains
Yeah.
the three.
Ooh, there we go. There we go.
Only down 1.
Miraculously.
Nice. All right.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
Jeez.
you can.
Oh, might be a nail biter tonight.
Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, it's
I want a nail biter. Let's put it that means we're in the game,
yeah. No, we were like I keep referencing. We did this podcast appearance with the Raptors HQ guys, and
yeah, when was that?
we did it last night, and it was up this
Oh, cool.
morning.
Okay, cool.
But we were talking, then you close it out with through the preview of the game, and I remember saying kind of this. You could see it going a lot of ways, like it's, even that. I mean, that was even when we were assuming, or I thought Steph was going to play, and definitely Draymond was going to play, and I was like, well, this could be a tough one because, like, yeah, the Raptors are underperforming, but they still got a lot of tough guys in there, and I think, that's basically so. Like, you kind of just was thinking about yeah, it's close one, nail biter means you're in it. Like, you figured it was going to be that kind of game, but especially missing those guys, yeah, that's all you can kind of hope for.
Okay.
So the Connor Letourneau reported that it's because of the left finger sprain was specifically why Draymond was scratched. So makes sense. Or yeah.
Was it just Connor reporting that?
Oh no. Sorry, that was just the one I saw at the top of the timeline. But Slater got it.
Okay.
Wes Goldberg got it. So
that makes sense.
and Kareth
What happened? Lots of times, there's this core group of beat writers that work for big companies.
Yeah.
So I don't think I could ever really step up to that level of the totem pole because I don't work for NBC and I don't work for the Chronicle and stuff like that. But there is a core group of group texted beat writers that Warriors PR has. So Raymond Ritter will group text those people and they will all tweet it at the same time. So when you see beat writers tweeting all the same thing at the same time, it's because they just got the text.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Or I hadn't thought of it. And I mean, obviously, like I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, or that would be how I do it. But it was like, oh yeah, because it is that thing where it's like, wow, one guy did, and then the other guy, and it's like, oh well,
yeah,
because they're getting the news.
Check it out, we're in the zone.
Oh yeah,
in the middle. Pascal baseline and comes up a little. Yikes. Oh, cool. Always got to just hope those threes don't fall against our zone.
Yeah.
And based on what I know, the Raptors have in their rookie Malachi Flynn, number 8.
Yeah. Oubre. Woohoo.
Frosty coming to play.
Yeah, Frosty.
There you go. No.
Frosty the Splash Man. Okay. That was Gary, right? Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
He had a big game a couple nights ago. He had a pretty big, like a 30-point game.
He's a lock for the 2022 3-point contest, right? I mean, he's a lock. Pascal got blocked.
Oh.
Jeez, man. GJT.
Ooh, yeah, he's cooking.
Oh, that's wrong. GTJ.
I get the
Okay,
initials
we're down
for
3.
that.
Hey, he strikes the
Wow.
cup.
All
Draws
right,
the
boys.
foul.
Nice. That's what you do. You know, this is one of those, I don't know, broadcast or whatever cliches, like, hey, just go drive to the basket. Usually you can either score a basket or get to the line.
Oh, that was. Let's make our shots. We actually shot well from the line last night, but so did the Heat. The amount of fouls that Steph got last night was like miraculous.
Yeah.
1 of 2. Oubre playing some press on Flynn. Still rock in the zone. And Siakam buries the jumper.
Yeah. Yeah, 10 shots already. It's, again, clear he's the point of emphasis.
Gotta finish that.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to see Wiseman have that kind of, gumption to the hole like that.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Looks like Pascal wanted that foul. I failed to see if there was one, but just running back on defense, he was like, what?
Which I get that, and sometimes you want to call, but sometimes you just need to get back.
Yeah, because it's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
And if you're going forward in the future, like if you're complaining about that, then you might not get back on defense, which, like, yeah. Anyways, they missed the free throws. We're only down 5. Oh boy. Let's get out of this rut. Got a mini rut here.
Oubre, step back 3, no good.
Yeah.
A 5-point game.
Oh,
Okay. Siakam with the running start. No.
Nope.
Get out of there.
Yeah, that's why I said you can live with him taking those threes.
Malachi Flynn just strips Pascal. Feeds Gary Trent. Fly by.
Oh no.
Yeah.
T.O. baby. Call timeout. No. Call timeout right now, right away.
Yeah, that you can feel that one. That's teetering on the brink of being a pretty big run.
I just don't like that play by Pascal there. The paint was crowded. Yeah, and you had guys surrounding. You got to be smarter about when you drive.
Yep. I mean, you could kind of see it coming, right? It's like, okay, there he goes. And there's that
And he
strong
doesn't,
side
or
help.
he doesn't have great ball security.
Yeah.
Poole's been really,
Warriors with 7 turnovers.
Poole's been really. I don't know. Has he scored?
Mm.
Not that I. Let me see.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. He'd
Yes.
be
He had
oh.
1-3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he'd be someone to kind of. You're looking, okay, who can you get going? He'd been so hot for so long, and having such a good stretch of play that it's like, okay, now we need you to do this. It's not just like a nice surprise.
Right. Yeah. And it could be that his ankle is bothering him. I mean,
That's
I don't
true,
know,
yeah.
because think about it. This kid, he knows Steph isn't playing. Dude, you want to play, like,
Yeah.
and start. And I mean, you'd want to play regardless, but especially when you have a chance to be in the spotlight potentially, if you have a great game. That's what the young guys love. So we don't know. Maybe he's like actually extra hurt a little bit.
Yeah, it could be. I hadn't thought in that way, but you're that. Yeah, I could see that too.
All right, how's the chat going, people?
I'm taking a look.
Thanks, still weird. Oh, what? Oh, Draymond being out is weird. Yeah, it totally is, man. How many games have we had with both Draymond and Curry out? Feels like it's been more than 2. I don't know, but this season is so tough, so tough.
Yeah.
But then again, every other team is going through kind of the same. Like, the one that really gets me is the one where we won in Memphis and then Looney's got protocol and it was a false positive.
Yeah.
Those suck. Those just
Well, didn't a few of our guys get vaccinated?
yeah. 12 players and coaches. So we don't know how many players exactly.
Yeah.
We do know that Wiggins and Bays did not want to. They said that, but whatever.
I'm scheduled for mine on Thursday.
Oh, cool. Oh, which one are you getting?
Johnson & Johnson.
Ooh, that one's supposed to have the most side effects, but it's only 1 dose.
Joy.
Jeez.
Thanks. I think that was a D2.
Yeah.
Down 10. Be careful. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is where it can.
It's the slow death, which someone needs to stop right now. That'd be you, please.
I mean, cool. Jeez, step back.
Oh, great.
Offensive rebound, Pascal Siakam.
Ooh, and then he knocked. Jesus. Yeah, they just look sluggish. The slow step behind.
Good move, but back rimmed it.
Looks like Wiseman and Wiggins are coming in. We need some offense from Wiggins.
Yeah.
Siakam, not that time.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, if he was making that, then you're like, this is gonna be a real tough night.
We also have Damian Leon, who came in after last time out. Oh God, another turnover. Gary Trent misses the dunk.
He better not dunk on us. Sheesh. I would have just stopped the Zoom at that point. No, just kidding.
Looney able to come over and force the switch.
Lead.
Okay.
Well,
50. Geez.
That's what Siakam loves to do against the slower defender.
Yeah.
Another timeout, down 15. Oh boy. Now I feel bad to tweet out our link here. Suddenly we're down 15. Maybe I should wait for a run. Oh gosh. I don't know. People are tuning out as we speak. Trust me. I bet you Gabe is tuning out right now. As opposed to maybe he didn't even tune in once Steph was announced as being out. because that's what happened before the game that he came back, which was Chicago. Gabe was like, "Oh, I wasn't even going to watch, but yeah, okay, I'll come on the live stream."
Yeah, God, it just that even without Steph, that second unit just still causes trouble.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you can get Wiggins back in and get things a little stabilized a little bit. But
Yeah.
Siakam, he's like I said, they're clearly like you go tonight. This is your night. And
Yeah. I wonder maybe did you hear anything about Siakam from the Raptors HQ guys? Because the thing that I wanted to say was when I was actually like rooting for them in the bubble, to an extent, I don't know that I would have rooted for them in the finals. Probably heck no. But even against the Lakers, I'd be, I don't know. That's another debate. But I just was very disappointed with Siakam's play in the bubble.
Yeah.
Talk about that at all?
Yeah, I think a little bit. There was the sense of thinking about maybe that they're asking Siakam to do a little too much, or things that don't quite suit his style of play, or what have you. Well, and
they were minus Kawhi, so it's like they were missing quite a lot of firepower.
Yeah, but that was something. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that, about kind of whether, I mean, after how well he played in those 2019 finals, and then 2020, it's for part of the year that that most of that year it was that they were beating teams that were the with the worst records, and then against the top teams they struggled, and they just sort of did that in sort of the extreme. But he's probably they speculated it's a bit of him being asked to do too much. Cool.
Too bad. Cool miss.
Fight for that rebound.
The Warriors, what happened there? Gary Trent just fell down.
Yeah.
With none of our guys even near him. It's Malachi Flynn over Wiggs, hits it.
Ooh. Oh boy.
Yeah. Just they're getting everything they want. The Warriors can't buy a bucket.
Cannot. Not even Lakeup can buy a bucket for them.
Yeah. All right. Well, at least Wiggins driving there. Get to the line.
Got a call. Thank goodness.
Oh, yeah. Wiggins has been the only guy who's been able to do anything. And it's just kind of not quite enough.
17. Jeez.
All right. I made them both. Down 15. All right, let's get some stops in here.
Yeah, I feel you, Tom. that is, you just did the recap of the Warriors offense.
Yeah, yeah. And I do wonder how much for the wear and tear of this, because like you watch this and it's just hard to not see that kind of exhaustion, and you wonder if just the nature of the way this season is being played, if it's just like everybody's kind of, even with an all-star break, you're still just like getting worn down.
I can certainly see the mental part of that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mental exhaustion. But then you keep going back to,
Oh.
well, a lot of teams are going through this. Now, let's remember that a lot of teams aren't losing a two-time MVP for that many games that he's lost.
Yeah.
But, and then you got the, DPOY missing a few games. So
Yeah.
tough. It is extra tough.
Yeah. Man,
Poor Damian. All right, just clean this mess up, Mark.
Mulder. In and out.
I called Michael Mulder Mark Mulder again. But that just goes to show you who I was rooting for.
Yeah.
A decade plus ago or whatever that was. Good old Oakland Athletics.
I did not quite see the foul there.
Yeah, it was a little ticky-tack, but man, it just cannot buy a bucket.
Are you an Oakland A's fan?
Yeah.
So what was the starting pitchers? Who were the starters? Mulder,
Hudson and Zito. Yeah, Hudson, Zito.
Thank you. I haven't thought about them in so long. I just forgot. Yeah. Those were the days.
Yeah, we went to one game when the A's played the Red Sox, and it was Hudson and Pedro, and it was like it was like the one of those pitchers duels where it's like, like I forget, I kept score at that game, and I have it somewhere back at my home or my mom's house, and it was just like you're just like, oh yeah, these are two people just dealing at the top of their craft.
Man, we hit the big magic down 20. When things fall apart.
Yeah.
Oh boy, someone's got to put it up. Oh boy. Yay! James got a block.
Nice block. Good defense there.
Keep going, James.
Yeah.
Oh no. I would need to see a replay, but anyway, 2 more points for the Raptors. I can't imagine the jokes on Twitter right now.
Oh, I'm sure they're terrible.
There's definitely a G League reference. I can guarantee that.
He in the corner. We needed that.
Oh,
thanks.
There you go.
Freaking God.
Pretty.
That must have broken a drought.
Yeah, they had no field goals for
it had been like 6 minutes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Get a stop. No. Good.
All right, good. Force this.
Okay, now, if we score here, does Nick Nurse do the Popovich timeout?
Nah.
My favorite Euro step.
Oh, okay. So Nurse is more traditional.
Yeah.
Rather than the Popovich.
Just any.
Nope.
2-0 run.
Never mind.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Popovich would have done it before, though. Like.
Yeah, he would have done it just as soon as the
bucket went in.
Yeah.
He would have done it on the Damian Lee 3, really, right?
Yeah.
But that's what I love about Pop is like he's so innovative in those types of things. The anti what do you call it? The anti-run, which is like you go on a run, they come back with 1 bucket, you call timeout on them. It's so cruel.
I mean, it's just especially against the Warriors, like that's the like move to make, because it's like those when it's Steph and you just get that there's like this momentum or this whatever and it picks up and it's like, well, if I can stop it, like however, I mean, because didn't he I don't know if he kind of the hack-a-shack and that sort of stuff, like he kind of came up with that. I think we talked I remember when they played the Mavs in 03. I forget who the big was, but it might have been Sean Bradley, but he would just do it to just send him to the line and he'd miss 1 and 2. And it was everybody's like, oh, this is terrible. But it's like,
that is so, I mean, like Popovich doesn't get credit for the innovation. Like Nelly gets credit for innovating on small ball and those kinds of innovations. and that's proper credit. But I feel like Popovich doesn't get enough credit for those
Yeah.
little innovations.
Or like
Oh.
the triangle, like, but
Mhm.
like there's just as much of the offense he kind of ran
Right.
in, it's like the Warriors as any sort of triangle principles.
Yeah.
Trent Jr. misses the three.
All right.
One more thing on Popovich is usually NBA teams will have the be on the bench where you're on defense in the fourth quarter. He would go opposite, like almost
Yeah.
just opposite. Oh man, Wiseman. Oh gosh, turnover. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 guys surrounding you. That's the problem there.
He's just and
We got so lucky there.
yeah,
Get the ball
And
off.
then oh my, this is Twitter is having a field day right now. They are having a field day.
Like that's one where you're just like, that's like just bad luck. Like
yeah,
the Wiseman one, yeah, it's he's trying to do. I mean, I wonder if that's a byproduct of some of those struggles, is that he's pressing a little bit, which wouldn't be,
yeah. I mean, certainly that never happens with Steph on the floor, for example.
Yeah.
Better defense.
Anyways, I look up, we're down 17, so at least it's not 20 plus.
Yeah.
Mulder, what the hell was that?
Oh.
I think it was an attempt to pass to Wiseman, but just looked ugly.
Foul before the shot.
Whew.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's step slow, a step out. I mean, you could probably just, it's a broken record, but some of the stuff you just say, well, yeah, this is where a Draymond or a Steph would just create the environment where maybe this stuff wouldn't happen.
Oh, now ticky tack on James.
Oh,
he got hit in the eye. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, I was just looking at the replay of the Damian Lee foul on OG, and it was like OG is just beasting on those 4 guys, which is ouch.
Yeah, that's a foul by Wiseman.
Yeah.
But Siakam threw that elbow first. Like, he didn't quite extend the arm, but
anyway, so
it was the follow through.
So it was Damian. So you got Nico, Mulder, Damian, and now they're going to review it for flagrant. Nico, Mulder, Damian, and Wiggins surrounding OG, and OG is like wider than all of those guys put together. And you go, where's Wiseman? So Wiseman was like probably running back. It's just it's a scary combination, but it's 48 minutes. We're not going to play this unit 48 minutes, but we also can't play our best guys without Dre or Steph the whole time either.
Are they reviewing that for a flagrant?
Yeah, kind of followed through because
it's not a flagrant.
The new NBA where you look at the it might be just based on that. I don't understand the 2021 NBA rule book anymore, so that could very well be a flagrant because of the semi follow through. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can never.
What did they say? I missed the audio.
Regular shooting foul.
Oh, lucky. It's just flip a coin every single time.
Yeah.
Essentially.
There's a nice shot of Steph going up to Wiseman and kind of giving him a pat on the back because he's. I've just looking at some of the on Twitter, like Slater and someone else was commenting or just pointing out that this has been a really rough stretch tonight for Wiseman. And, he's probably going to get down on himself, but it was good to see Steph kind of go over and give him the pat in the back and
play through it. I've been saying over and over again, we witnessed Jordan Poole's roller coaster. Why doesn't James Wiseman get a roller coaster ride as well? Every rookie, unless you're like Damian Lee was saying in a previous interview, unless you're a generational talent like a Zion, he even pointed out like a Zion, you're probably going to go through this rookie
Yeah.
roller coaster ride.
Well, it was interesting. I was going back and I was looking at like the rookies of the year, and what's interesting is you don't see many.
Older
Ooh,
3.
nice. Bigs don't usually win it because I do think it takes a long time. Like the one
Right.
who did was Tim Duncan, but he played 4 years at Wake Forest. So
Right.
so I think especially with big men, it takes time, and they very rarely come right out of the gate and are anything close to fully formed. So, and even like you look at a guy like Zion, and you look at the ones who do thrive, their games, like they're just not they do a lot, but they're not asked to do as much. Like whereas what Wiseman is being asked to do and the role he's asked to play in this system, whereas so again, not to sort of just pick on a Zion, but like it's like, all right, you're gonna catch a lot of lobs and just control the paint. Or even like a Ja Morant, like it's like, okay, you're running the point, the offense is running through you, but you're kind of
about this, like they don't have to adjust to a guy like Steph.
Yeah, that's also true.
But yeah, any other well, hold on, we got a Wiseman post here. Yikes, jumper no good.
I don't.
Just keep playing, kid. Play through it.
Yeah,
I don't know that you can infuse an Eric Pascal mentality in a guy.
No.
So if he's a finesse player, which is turning out that Wiseman's a finesse player, then he's going to have to hit that jumper and kind of,
Yeah.
Hakeem Olajuwon type of development or something. I don't know. Olajuwon was a little bit more physical, I feel like.
Yeah. Well,
right. Nico.
I love that Nico runner.
Nice little floater.
So smooth.
Down 18.
I got something I kind of point to make about that. Just I'll wait for us to run out the end of to get the end of the half.
Oh man. And one.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
No, I don't think they called that. I think they said it was after the
Too late. Okay. Oh. I have no audio, so
yeah.
Well, we got lucky.
They're reviewing it, but I think they're saying it was after the shot clock.
2, 1. That might have been that.
No, I wasn't paying attention completely.
I need to see it closer.
Yeah.
I think it counts.
Oh, come on.
But not an N1.
What was the whole thing after that? Yeah, I thought there was a foul call. Maybe Nico was upset about something. But okay, I'll take it. I'll take the non-foul. I don't want the extra point.
All right, second quarter just brutal, by the way.
Yeah.
35-16.
Whew.
And we have it's last night's
but
11 turnovers, the same number that we have of assists.
But thinking about what, we had that conversation with his trainer on draft night, and he brought up David Robinson as a model. And when I think about like this athletic, and I've gone back and I've watched some of the old, like the Robinson videos, because when I really remember him, he was much more of just a little more traditional low post. Like I don't remember him early, but he wasn't, he was very athletic and, but like he wasn't a kind of a banger. So I don't like, it's that thing where it's like, well, if you're is that finesse? Like, I guess so, but I could see like that. Like if you go back and you watch like Robinson in the sort of early years of his career, he was, was running up and down and was this just kind of athletic freak at the 5. And I could see that being the, where it isn't so much that, and he did grow into being sort of a little bit more of as he got older, a sort of a traditional big. But I think, yeah, that, that could be the model where you say, well,
Yeah,
we're not going to ask
like
you to
it.
like change who you are. We're not asking you to, like go, but it's just, try to do this, and then you develop from there. But
A
again,
couple questions for you. How many years did David Robinson play at Navy?
I think he had to be a 4 year. I mean,
Yeah, it had to be
yeah.
back in the day.
And then there was the 2 years, and that's another, like I would say with Duncan too. Like it's like, yeah, if you have 4 years of experience, like that's,
right. Yeah.
you're just gonna be different coming in, and yeah,
Plus, you know what else is not working for James is that those 4 years for both of those Hall of Famers were during an era where guards passed you the ball,
yeah,
posted up. Like, you better damn well do that, or we're going to cut you from the team. No. So that was a different era. And
yeah.
so here he is, and it sounds like we're making a lot of excuses and whatnot, but I mean, that's the reality of it. Did you find any other rookies of the year that were big men?
Not really. Like, it wasn't in recent memory. There weren't that many. I mean, you had some like Blake Griffin, but like he's not a traditional like he's not a big.
Part of it is they're just not known for ball handlers, so they don't have the spotlight on them quite as much. They don't shoot the three, and they're typically more defensive, as well as actually it looks like they're not counting that bucket based on the screen. So that, and then they're rebounding. There's a lot of things that bigs do that go under the radar. That is why guys like LaMelo are getting a ton of love. Like, when you look at LaMelo, he played so many more games than Wiseman did.
Yeah. And so I did, like, so you go through like Karl Anthony Towns he is a center, but again, like, he's not quite as traditional big as Wiseman is or can be. And then you go back, and then you go to Emeka Okafor, who was however many years in UConn. Amari Stoudemire, again, not really your traditional big, right. And like a Pau Gasol in 2002. So, and I mean, that's going back like to well after, like that's a different NBA in a lot of ways in terms of. So it's like I keep coming back to that idea of it's for for any number of reasons, whether because of what they do and like what is perceived, but also just like how bigs, and especially young bigs, develop. I think it's just like it's not, I'm interested in the difference between excuses and explanations. And I think like we're like, you talking about like making excuses. It's like, well, no, we're saying like why this is the case. And it's because of X, Y, X, Y, and Z. And that's different. Is like making an excuse, because it's not like, oh, he's actually doing great. It's just this. It's like, no, like we see he's struggling, but like this is why he is struggling. And most of it is stuff that's out of his control to some degree, or that just goes with the territory.
Yeah. And on the excuses thing, that's just, I guess I'm just sort of emulating what Steve Kerr likes to say. And also it's mostly what the social media app users on Twitter and Instagram will say as a rebuttal to that, because it's just a quick little stab at you. Things like that. That's what happens on social media, unfortunately, as we're seeing. And but I just want to say, that's you going back and looking at rookie of the year stuff. I mean, to me, that's so, the culture that we kind of have with Let's Go Warriors, with the guys that came over from Golden State of Mind, because that's how we addressed all of the outrage back in the day. Now, I think the outrage these days is just out of hand because social media has gotten that way. But I love to see, like, when you brought that out, when you brought that up, I was like, oh, good old Golden State of Mind thinking right there. That's how we debunk some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Let's just look back, and And also Eric Apricot's recent thing about I think it was, I didn't get a chance to look at it, but it was like we kind of are utilizing Wiseman to the way that people are complaining that they don't. And so I see in the comments about the, how come Warriors fans are like this? And that's a whole other topic we could talk about. But I'm sitting here going, can we even call these guys fans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's funny. We were talking about this with the Raptors guys, and then the thing you always wonder is what would it have been like? We said if there had been social media and the media market we have or whatever we have now, but in 1990 when Michael Jordan and the Bulls were running into the Detroit Pistons, and it's like, oh, is Phil Jackson holding Michael Jordan back? Is it like all? And it's just like there weren't those conversations, like they just weren't amplified like they are now. And that's the thing is that maybe the people at the local bar or whatever would say it, but now it's no, and now it's out there on the internet, and it's you're posting it in connected to some way, when somebody's replying to you're replying to someone's tweet who's an official voice, and that's giving it at least some kind of credibility or direction or something. Not credibility, but it's just I don't know, it doesn't make sense, or I don't see why. It's like you just got to take a step back or think things through a little bit, and then you realize and again, it's like I was saying, it's not to say, again, to not to keep bringing up Wiseman sort of struggling, that it's not like you're saying oh, he's doing great. It's it's no, but it's but understanding why those things are, or what it means, or what why these struggles he's having, why they're there, and then it gets to stuff that's out of someone's control, and no one likes to hear that. No one likes to hear that it's just because, well, this is just kind of how it goes, and he'll you just have to deal with it and play through it and wait for it or whatever.
Yep. Patience is very key in basketball.
Yeah.
Look at how long we waited. I mean, even without the pandemic part of it, look at how long we've waited Jordan Poole to get to the Jordan Poole that we know of today.
Yeah.
That's the most immediate example. That's why I say Nico Mannion getting to the point that he is here. Wow, it seems really fast.
Yeah, that is really, because I remember they when they drafted him, and it was like, oh, they'll stash him in the G League, and
Right.
and it's like, oh no, he's and to the point where, and I know that, speaking of people that a lot of Warriors internet people have a problem with, they said, okay, we're gonna move on from Brad Wanamaker, but we're gonna make this guy our backup / third point guard, and this guy is a second round pick, and who some people maybe didn't think they should have drafted, and it's that's pretty notable to say, okay, you can get a player to this point, and he's played well, and and not just to take up the space and the time, but play well. Again, we saw it in that Kings game. He made shots.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Restroom break.
Yeah. Now I was going to take a look and see what else is going. If any of the other games have tipped off. Let's see what we've got here. All right. Man, Knicks are up 13 on the Dallas Mavericks. Early going, but Grizzlies up 5 on the Timberwolves, which I guess doubly has, impact on for whether it's the Timberwolves pick or that you've got the Grizzlies there, that 9 spot, or we're the 9 spot in the West. Let's see. I'm gonna take a look at that Knicks game. Wow. Oh, all right. Hey, what former Warrior Alex Burks with 11 points off the bench for those Knicks. As they're again up 13, about halfway through the second quarter. So it's interesting. Dallas they were rolling there, I think, for a little bit, and they were playing better, but it looked like they're running into a little trouble with the Knicks there. That's the game that's on NBA TV. See what other games are at 10 o'clock tonight. Lakers Kings, again, these games that you're now finding have to be more important, where you're like, okay, yes, we need the Kings to lose. And it's like, damn, this is I was not planning on doing this much scoreboard watching.
Yeah.
I was just sort of running through. I said some of the games that are going on now, or what's coming up later tonight. Said that Burks had 11 points, and the Knicks are up by double digits on the Mavericks.
Yeah. Whenever you bring up Alec Burks, I then automatically think of Glenn Robinson, because those were the two guys that were supposed to, if the season hadn't gone down the tubes when Steph broke his hand. So now I'm wondering, I wonder where Glenn Robinson's going to end up. Because I thought, he might be good to just pick up for the Warriors.
Yeah.
That'd be like the one guy out there that I'd want to pick up. But I think I would rather sign Juan and Nico for next year. And that also gets into kind of like architecting the team. Like you mentioned, Wanamaker. I've always wanted to just put out there in Dub Nation that, every off season, the management kind of, they make a blueprint for what they think the team should be. And that's why at the time, Wanamaker made a lot of sense.
Yeah, I agree with you on this part.
We just got, Wiggins last year. We just, got Oubre, who was supposed to be like the closest thing we could get to Iguodala, if you imagine Clay still healthy. And so you have all these, guys. We got Bazemore on the super cheap, and we got this length. So I think our identity is going to be defense, especially with Clay gone, and now we got to kind of adjust. And you could even say the blueprint really just had Clay in it the whole time, because you better have a blueprint by the time the draft comes. So that's why Wanamaker, and they went there and they just realized mid-season that our blueprint messed up. But of course,
my second half just
we're
started.
back, and they just scored, right? Toronto scored off the bat. Oh man. Oh boy, I'm gonna do highlights for a little bit. Thanks, Rebecca, for doing that in the first half.
Yeah, they were only really in the first quarter.
Yikes.
Wiggins blocked on the first play.
That's not good.
Better transition defense already.
They got back.
Oh.
Over Wiseman.
Oof.
Boucher? Oh man.
Former Warrior revenge.
Cue Twitter.
Great cut down the lane by Oubre, but couldn't finish inside.
Yeah.
How do you not, after that great pass, how do you not finish?
I mean, their defense was pretty strong inside.
Yeah. It's fun. I would have thought if for the Raptors to play this well, fouled shooting the three. God damn it. I would have thought Van Vliet would have had to have some big numbers, but he's been really quiet. It's really just been Siakam's been the sort of the big.
Come on, Wiseman. You can't do that.
Yeah. But
granted, that's mistakes that even veterans make. I mean, Baze makes that mistake a good bit.
Yeah. Let's see. What did I want to do? I wanted to look at the box score. See what. Yeah, Siakam 23. Yeah, just 4 points for Van Fleet. Would have not expected that, but it's Siakam and Gary Trent Jr. kind of carrying the Raptors.
In a way, this is a little bit of a trap game.
Yeah. I mean, I do think the coming off the back-to-back.
Well, I think that and the fact that, Toronto is a lot of young guys in this game right now, along with some other seasoned veterans who play good defense.
Yeah. It's at first blood. Yeah, its dad has a little of that.
Oubre layup and one, by the way.
Good. But one thing I did want to, and I think this came up on some of the other times we did this, about think about that blueprint and I really Wanamaker in a second unit with Clay, I think would have worked well. And you just didn't get the chance to see it. And I could see why they would have brought him in as Oubre makes that free throw. So it's a 25-point deficit. Why they would have brought him in. And then obviously Clay, the injury happens, and that just changes your entire sort of calculus.
Yep. And so the new blueprint for next season will include Jordan Poole in it, Nico.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Let's score here, please. No.
Oh, good Lord.
The lid on that thing. Oh, my goodness.
It's
foul on Wiseman. How many fouls?
I could just hear the voice of my stepdad saying, don't leave your feet on defense.
Only 3 fouls. I would have expected.
Yeah. Stay down. Just stay down.
Oh, hey, Rebecca, I got to your highlight of Nico. You said flash, but it's dash. Remember?
Oh, you're right. Flash isn't bad either. But yeah.
Yeah, no. Dash definitely matches the hair.
Yeah, no, I get you. Want me to fix it?
No. Oh, I see you. Wait, no, you can't, because you already have one in the thread after that. No worries. I wish
they had an edit feature on Twitter.
No one reads our tweets anymore, really. That's the other thing I hate about. Now Jordan and Wiseman don't communicate, and Wiseman says, my bad. Jordan's just frustrated, and it could be, it could be a lot mentally for a kid like Wiseman. Like, the film study is going to be pretty extensive from tonight if they choose to be.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of piling up. Maybe that's where film study is kind of like bad, maybe, like, because that's going to be in film study. Oh, that's going to be in film study. And it just piles on for a kid in 2021, the era of film study.
Yeah, you do wonder at what point it becomes sort of diminishing. Down 30. Just diminishing returns because he knows he's struggling. Like you can't you're aware of that, but
there's so many moving parts. I feel bad for the coaching staff because you got to deal with Steph not being there. Now you got Draymond's a late scratch, and I would just love to see Mike Brown's spreadsheets. Like, what did he do tonight when Draymond was out? You got to just toss that substitution spreadsheet that he likes to do, right? Because you're not going to play Juan the exact same minutes as Draymond would have played. So it's not a find replace. It's so tough. And then so now you've got to worry about developing this guy. And there's a lot of things to do every game.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
And this is where it's like in these games, and then my mind goes to like that Charlotte game and those games where you just like kind of kicked it away a little bit. And you're like, because this, if you said to me, oh, it was the second game of a back-to-back, and you weren't going to have Steph and Draymond, that stuff, you'd be like, all right, yeah, it's going to be tough to win. But then you say like okay, when you were up against Orlando, like that's when it's like, okay, you can say, okay, we'll drop those games, those one, whatever, because you win those other games, and it's like there's not the balancing out that's happening. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, they like at some point this became the one of those games where I'm just like, yeah, it wasn't. It's like everything that could go wrong, not everything, but like most things that could go wrong did go wrong.
I mean, I guess I want to try and look at it in a different perspective this season. As much as it sucks, there's a reality that without Clay, we're not contenders. Obviously, we still want to make the playoffs. However, I like to look at it more and say, here's the growth where certain players have had since the start of the year. Here is where Kelly Oubre has improved. Here's where Wiggins has improved. Here's where, even though Wiseman has struggled, where he's improved. There's certain things that you just have to focus on rather than, we're losing and it sucks.
Right. No doubt on that part.
And at the same time, we were losing when Steph first came.
Yeah.
Yes, there are some veterans on this team, but there are also a lot of young guys.
Yeah.
When you look at the court right now, at least two of them are, Nico's fresh out of college and Juan's really young too. It's like, as is Wiseman. Wiseman is younger than me.
There goes another young bad turnover.
Oh, yeah.
Nico tried to lob it to Wiseman on a simple inbound and just went to the other team. Results in a 3 for Siakam. We are down 33.
Yeah.
What a pass. But we can't make a layup tonight. So that's what happened.
That was actually strong defense, though.
Yeah.
Better defense.
Van Vliet, 3.
Oh,
36.
man. Whew. This one got out of hand real fast. Yeah.
It's like a disease of the newbie Warriors fans where they're just looking at it. Nico misses a 3. Literally after one game where Draymond and Steph weren't there, I had to comment back to a YouTube guy commenting. I said, hey, you do remember we didn't have Steph or Dre last night, right? And Clay, by the way, technically. Yeah. And he literally said, oh, my bad, I did forget. I'm going, what? You really forgot that. So here he is spewing off. He wasn't as venomous as other people can be, but it's just another instance of it's not taking into account the entire environment, I think, and the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I think most of the Dub Nation that's been around since at least 2013, let's say, I think they know. They're just not as vocal as the negative people.
Yeah, I do think that's a big part of it.
Hey, Wiseman scored.
Nice.
Drink.
Better job of taking, he had a smaller man on taking advantage of Anunoby. The paint. The one thing I would like to see is Wiggins was really great and kept us in the game in the first quarter. And I really haven't seen him take many shots since.
Yeah.
It's a 30-point game. Motivation might not be there.
Yeah, but even in the second quarter.
Yeah.
With everything that everybody's saying, the naysayers, I would even say some beat writers, we just need to get in a playoff game now. Now we're kind of lowering the expectations. We can't do that without Steph. So if you're going to tell me Steph's going to be, in and out, then it's all in question.
Yeah.
But if we have Steph, we have as good a chance as anybody to get the number 10 seed.
Oh, yeah.
The Raptors are also making shots tonight they don't usually make.
Yeah.
Oh, they smell blood. They're like,
and that, like I said, they had this. They were, I forget what it was. Their record in March was just abysmal. So they're probably sort of
They've been
chomping at.
waiting. Yeah, they want to feast on somebody.
Yeah,
But yeah, look, I mean, play-in game. You get what's the one team in the play-in that you would not want to face? The one with Steph and Dre on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, so if we can just get into a 7-game series, there's goes another run out turnover. Good foul by Damian. Yeah. And then let's say we steal game 1 of a game 7 series of a 7-game series. Whoa, can we use that as a way to shut up all these people right now? No, we can't go in the past to go shut these people up of today. But all it takes, even when everybody was down on Wanamaker, I was saying, look, assuming he was staying on the team and everything, all he needs to do is have a good, elimination game 5 or 6 against the Lakers.
Are they really reviewing this?
Yeah, not surprising in 2021 NBA rulebook. So it all really just comes
idiotic
down to that. It comes down to that last, how do we get eliminated? And if we don't make the playoffs, then yeah, just go ahead and, blame everybody. Go after Steve Kerr, fire Kerr, whatever. But I tell you, if we don't make the playoffs, it'll be because Steph was out a lot.
Yeah.
And if we do make the playoffs and then we stink in the play-in game, then yeah, maybe, we deserve some of the hate. But then if we don't, and we actually get into a 7-game series where we're teaching kids how to be in 7-game series, our youngsters, then I think it's mission accomplished, quite frankly, because just like Bob said last Friday, in 2013, we thought that was unbelievably successful, like unbelievable. And they weren't even expected to beat Denver, remember? Let alone take the Spurs to 6. And so that year would have been successful, take away the unbelievably part, but it would have been successful just with a first round loss.
Yeah.
But we ended up beating Denver. We ended up playing so well against the Spurs. And here we are, right?
Yeah.
So look on the bright side. That's what we got. So what do they call here?
They call it a flagrant.
Flagrant 1? Okay. Yeah.
And
It looked like
idiotic.
kind of a hard foul. But that's
If that was LeBron, it wouldn't be a foul.
40 points. Gosh. 40.
Oh wow. Or was it a flagrant? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Oh boy. Let's is Smiley on the trip? Let's get minutes.
I don't think, is he?
I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah.
They forgot about him. Oh wait, where's Smiley? Oh, what? They left him back in Miami. Another 3. Golly.
Oh my god. Yeah, like
We still have 33 people watching, so thanks to the
Yeah.
33 that are watching. Hit that like button, everybody. I'll self-like myself right there. Thank you.
Much better by Wiseman to go
Oh, I
up
guess
strong
so.
there.
oh yeah.
Rebecca's fencing in the comments, I guess. Hope you're doing okay there. I haven't been paying attention. Oh boy, I'm not even gonna read those.
And one guy was like, I've been a fan since 2012. And he was the guy complaining about development.
I don't want to even hear about that. It's like
Mm.
I don't even like the guys that are on Twitter that say, "Oh, I've been a fan for decades." Yeah, but you haven't this whole time. You haven't actually been thinking the game the way it should be thought.
Yeah, so Siakam this year is shooting what is it, like 29% from 3-point range. It's 90s 50%. So like that's gonna big
Another situation where they just ignore Wiseman down low.
yeah.
It's
Oh.
I mean, part of it, I want to say, if I had to guess, is that just the Warriors system where we're looking for Steph and Clay on the break for three kind of gets you in that frame of mind. So you're not used to like, yo, there's a 7-1 guy on our team down low right now.
I just say like the best guy on our team that is active right now should not have 8 field goal attempts.
Wiggins, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. It's cool. I mean, this is just
also doesn't help that we have 7 free throw attempts compared to their 19 because we haven't gotten a single whistle all night.
Tough one there for James.
They've just been stuck on. They haven't even cracked 50.
Everybody eats for the Raptors. Even OG from 3.
Woo.
I wonder if was there any shot of Steph on the bench, because I don't think that would have been good for his tailbone.
There was one.
Yeah.
I wonder, even he's got to be like not having any joy whatsoever in the tape.
Oh no, he looked not into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and the one it's not to say like that this, I don't know how to put like this isn't a big defeat and like in terms of the deficit, but I do feel like at some point in the NBA when you're like the deficit can like almost stop mattering in the strange way, like because like I feel like people can end up making a bigger deal out of like, oh, they lost by this, when it's just like, well, it reached a point and that like there's no, like in soccer, you like goal differential, that can be like a tiebreaker. Like you see this in the World Cup. And so like it behooves you to like run up the score if you can, like if you're in a tournament or something like that. But in like basketball, like at some point it's just like, well, if you're like, if you're just like, well, this is probably a loss, like I guess you don't admit it, but like you're gonna take the foot's gonna get off the gas a little bit, and then like the lead. And I think especially with the prevalence of the 3-pointer, this happens much more now. But I mean, like, it's so there's a point where, when I think people get a little, we'll get in, because I'm already imagining what would be said about the deficit. Like, oh my God, and it's like, that was bad, but like,
you could just go back to, when I played rec league, and it'd just be one of those nights where we sucked and all of a sudden we're down by 20, it's running clock, and it's like, we're not going to even, you're half-heartedly shooting. I mean, it's the same thing. We're all human here. So you get a little demoralized, and the competitive spirit takes a real big hit. So back in the day, when I played, it'd be like, lose by 16, 17 or more is just as bad as losing by 30. It's literally the same type of loss. Like we just threw in the towel at some point.
Yeah, but like like I said, it's not to say that you can't say like, wow, this was really bad and but yeah, it's just like, I do think there's a point where it's just like, well,
it is officially 50. That looks so horrible. 49-99. Yikes.
They're just stuck on 49 points.
Just threw it away again. I just don't know.
That's like our 4th turnover on an inbound.
Yikes. This is a day to be off of social media.
Yeah.
Trust me. Actually, every day is a day to be off of social media.
Nah.
But you know what? Despite what is happening, the Warriors are still not having a worse day than Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
They got fined $50K.
The fact though that I know that it's in the like CBA, But the fact that stuff
Yes.
like that can only be fined 20 or 50,000 when like talking bad about the media or like anything like else
Hey, Nico, N1.
is 25K is ridiculous. Like the fact that
It's all bad.
KD and Myers Leonard only got $50,000 for what they said is ridiculous.
Well, yeah, there's so many angles to it. And I know the bottom line is that some words came out of KD that were just horrible. That's the bottom line. But these were private DMs that were made public by, I guess. So it wasn't like he went and, purposely publicized something. So there's that part
Yeah,
of it.
but when he's
bothers me.
threatening to wants your address and threatening to come to you, I feel like that's one thing.
Sure. I mean, but I hear that all the time on the playground. Like that's what guys do when they're pissed off at each other in the basketball gym. Even like in rec league, they'll say some really bad things. Not to say that that's okay. That wasn't okay. But yeah, there's just so many problems with this whole thing. And I think for me, it just comes down to just try not to use their smiley. Try not to use social media apps when you're angry. Just really don't, because I've been a victim of that as well. So I see like KD becomes this horrible monster when he's on social media because that's what social media apps do to you.
Yeah.
I've done it in the YouTube comments. I literally have.
I mean, I feel like what Myers Leonard did was still worse than what KD did.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that was like on a public, game thing. Yikes! That's just scary, right? Anyways, just be careful on social media, people. Just be really careful. I've got to be extra careful myself because people have told me, "Oh, you look bad too," when you were going at it with that so-and-so guy who was bad as well. Jordan Poole. And so sorry to go on the rant, but yeah, just I've gotten to a point where I just kind of, at some point, if I can't be professional in my response to a guy who wasn't professional to me to begin with, I just delete the comment. I just delete it now. You can't really do that on Twitter anymore, which was why I kind of just totally avoid Twitter and Instagram. But at least on YouTube, you can delete that comment and pretend it never happened.
Yeah. No, I do think you're like just it's this club where it's like these especially when you're angry or like emotional, like what you like. Yeah, I had another thought. I was thinking about this, but what did I want to say? I mean,
Up this much, would we have taken Steph out at this point?
Yeah.
Then why is Siakam still in?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's been not having a rhythm lately, and it's like, okay, get your rhythm back.
I think that's exactly it. But yeah. Yeah.
We should really be. I mean, yeah, here we go. Smiley minutes. Toronto should be using all their guys.
Whew.
And one. Hey,
Yeah.
Smiley offensive rebound. Well, I thought Jordan got fouled, but oh well. Uh-oh, shot clock. Eric, shot clock. Okay.
And one.
Good job, Eric. Shut me up.
Yeah.
Had me worried there.
Yeah. Good. And right now this is the kind of game where it's like, and you use some clock. That's good.
We were literally down 55. Did I do my math right? I mean, like, I've never had to add that up. This is the worst I've ever seen. 55.
Well, don't
Double nickel.
Don't let it ever be said that Steph Curry isn't important to the Warriors.
We need to see a point differential stat from now on from the analytics people. Oh, so funny.
All right.
Too bad, JP.
Well, this was not how I was expecting this game to go. I was like, oh yeah, well, whoever we're saying, oh, maybe this will be a tight one at the end. Sadly, it's not going to be the case.
It's crazy, but we still have a minute 10 in the third quarter. I feel like so much more time has gone than that.
Yeah.
We have another quarter. Oh, wait, I just was looking at the comments. They're going to review if Poole was flagrant. What is that?
These
What?
refs have been.
What is this? God, I can't even. I haven't paid attention, but I wonder if these three refs are like some of the younger refs that we
Yeah.
saw. Remember that game we saw where shit hit the fan? Let's check out NBA refs on the Google because they have a page. Referee assignments. Page isn't working. What the heck? Come on. There we go. Golden State, Courtney Kirkland, Nick Bookchert, and Jenna Schroeder. Yep, those are all junior officials, people. Maybe not Courtney Kirkland. That name sounds familiar, but God, a lot of these. Houston at Boston has 3 young officials. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they purposely staffed younger ones on the worst games. Like you're going Houston, Boston. Okay, that's a blowout.
Yeah.
We can staff a few younger ones on that. Because same thing with Dallas at New York. I don't recognize. We got Ken Maurer is at Charlotte and Indiana, which is a tighter matchup. So
Yeah.
I think that's part of the problem with all these rules and all these, replays and stuff is that you have a much younger core of referees right now. All these new names that I kind of don't know. Suyash Mehta? I've never heard of that name. Milwaukee at Portland. Yeah, there's a lot of names on here that I don't recognize. Chicago at Utah. I mean, the ones that I do are the ones that have been around. Atlanta, New Orleans has 3 guys I haven't heard of. Anyways, what happened? Regular foul?
No, it looks like they're giving them some flagrant or something.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I see. They're jumping it.
Oh, huh. I thought I saw him shooting a free throw. Maybe there's a technical in there or something.
Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Oh, what? That was the worst jump ever because Jordan got the ball and he tipped it out and it went to the other guy. And then the Raptors logo is way larger than the circle. So I thought Jordan Poole was inside the circle when they jumped it.
Someone did get a free throw, but I have no idea what for.
Must have been must be for a technical.
Steve Kerr
could have been Kerr.
Yeah.
Because he was yelling at a guy.
Please fade away off back iron.
Well, this post game, we still have another quarter, but this post game interview is probably going to be the shortest we've ever had with Steve. What is there to talk about? There's nothing to talk about. Unless Smiley goes off.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Everyone again for a Smiley.
Big fourth quarter.
Yeah. That'd be great though. Smiley saves his career in Tampa. Well, Jordan Poole made the 3 after the whistle. I gotta say, I mean, that we haven't seen the ball go in the hoop much today, so I'll count that as a positive vibe.
I wanted to take a look and see how the Raptors are defensively this season.
Also, don't forget, I mean, Steph is right when they say the Warriors still have a target on their back. No matter what. Plus the Raptors, who beat us in the finals, extra want to beat us again.
Yeah.
Rich, do you know anything about why Steph always covers his head?
Oh, no. I could ask him. That'd be something, I like all these little tidbits that I can, collect.
Because he always either has
Ooh, Nico
his
foul.
on the screen by Baines.
Poor Nico. Remember last game he got banged up too on the screen, and then the LeBron screen. Man.
No, but like he either when he's off on the bench, he's either if he's not playing, has his hoodie always zipped up with the hood, or he puts his towel over his head.
If I had to guess, and I could be completely wrong, I would guess that he got it from KD, but I'm just totally guessing.
Did he do it before?
He might have done it before, even. So I don't know. Heck, he might have done it at Davidson. Someone go look that up. See if he did it at Davidson. Because actually, a lot of things are from Davidson, like his pointing to the sky, pointing to whoever. That was Davidson, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Jeffrey found the record for the worst loss of 68 points. But we have Smiley in there, so there's something to root for rather than going berserk and rooting for that. We don't want that.
Gee,
Simple Bubble, it wasn't just that we traded Wanamaker and Chris for that. That wasn't really the point of those trades. Ultimately, trading them was to cut down on taxes by $11 million.
Yep.
And to open up those roster spots too.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, because we wanted to ideally be competitive on the buyout market, but ultimately the two teams that, you can imagine everybody wanted to go to and join their bandwagons went there. Because the fact that Blake Griffin is playing amazing now and didn't play crap in Detroit is a bunch of BS. But besides that, it's not just about us trading them for cash or trading them for a foreign guy. It's about saving tax money, especially because we have owners that are always willing to go over the luxury tax if it means we can have a better team. So if they need to save that money so that we can be better next year, then go ahead.
Man, I would love to know how Bob Myers consummates some of those deals, because like with the San Antonio one for the no-name guy, and it's like, we kind of need a favor here. We're trying to save on taxes on Chris, and we want to open up a spot for Juan, Nico, or whatever. What you got? Oh, we got some dude Lalonde that we have rights to, and we do that. Okay, we'll send you about $2 million because it's going to charge you if you waive Chris. It's going to go on you for that, or you got to pay Chris no matter what. They're under the salary tax, so there's no implications for the Spurs on waiving Chris. And for us, if we keep Chris, then we would have paid, probably $6 million out of the $11 million. So yeah, that makes sense for us to send you $2 million. Then you waive Chris, he only costs another $800K. You'll make $1.2 million. How's that? Good deal? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's do it. That's how it's done. So it's like, a couple of years from now, the Spurs will go, hey Bob, we need a favor. And he'll try to help them out without messing anything up. Something painless that they never would have thought of. Oh yeah, we got this rights to this guy, Lalonde. But yeah, how about you show us how we can make money just doing this little thing? And they ended up making $1 million on trading for Chris. It's crazy how Chris and Wanamaker add up to 11 million in taxes. It's not, because Chris is 1.8, Wanamaker's 2.25, so that's $4 million.
Hey, Miley's knocked down a 3.
Yeah, smiles. All smiles. Smiley.
Symbol Bubble, I don't know anything about them potentially signing Jeremy Lin. I haven't heard anything on that recently, but
someone asked in the comments of my post. Here's what I said: is look, if they do it, it could be a 10-day, but they should be going Juan and Nico to lock them up for potentially years to come with team options. So that's the first priority. But yeah, I mean, if you want to go out and get Jeremy for 10 days, here's my problem with Jeremy though. I watched his last G League game and I finally figured out what might have been the problem with him is he gets caught in the paint without his dribble left. He does that a lot. Like he'll get in the paint, look around for guys, and he's killed his dribble. He did that twice in the game. You just can't do that at the NBA level where there's 7-foot athletes and Iguodala's are going to strip you or cause the jump ball. You need a Euro step finish. He does not have that. That comes to my mind because I see the Warriors development staff just drilling in the Euro step to everybody. Wiggins, Pascal, it's a staple of the Warriors organization to teach the Euro step. And Jeremy doesn't have that in his arsenal. And we don't even need to compare to Wiggins. Let's just compare to Goran Dragic. He has it. Well, he doesn't get stuck in the paint at the circle, and you just can't do that in the NBA. So I just think that's one element of Jeremy's game that's really lacking. And he's just never been told to add that to his arsenal. And I think that's one of the reasons why he's not in the NBA. There may be other reasons, whatever, but I don't see how great it is to get Jeremy, because is it going to translate in a 10 game winning streak? Is the acquisition of Jeremy or whoever going to spark a streak? I don't know, right? I don't even know if it's worth it, even on a 10-day. So those are my thoughts on Jeremy and really anybody coming in on a 10-day.
Yeah, like you said, it makes more sense to target these younger guys and develop them and get them on the roster long term than right now for someone on something kind of short term like that.
Yeah. I mean, the timing of signing Juan and Nico to retain them for longer than this year and not have them become free agents, maybe you could squeeze in a 10-day in there, but if you're going to 10-day, then 10-day Baron Davis, how's that? We want BD come back in a Warriors uniform. All right. Where are we here? 9 minutes to go, fourth quarter, down. Oh my gosh, it's 55 again? Oh no.
58?
58. Oh, what? And we just threw the ball away. Still got 25 people watching. Hey, cool, guys.
everything's an effing foul.
It's 60 now? Jesus.
Good to see Utah Watanabe.
Yeah. No.
See the him and Rui Hachimura, who's half Japanese. Well, Jordan Clarkson is half Filipino. I'm trying to think of who are the Asian players left in the NBA. Oh boy, doesn't get any worse than that. And I've always thought this, being a former coach, it sucks that Steve has to keep coaching despite being down 60. Like everybody else can just, go to the locker room if you're on the bench, whatever, mail it in. But he's got to keep coaching. And I think that was Jaron Collins having a long talk with Smiley there.
Yeah.
Something happened resulting in that
That-
parting of the Red Sea defense we just witnessed. Everybody loves company. Wow, thanks for every one of you who are still with us. Somehow we just bumped up 5 to 30 watching right now. Hey, welcome. It's definitely not as bad here as on any social media platform right now. I can probably guess correctly on that. So welcome. We have stuff to talk about. It's probably more fun than the actual play-by-play as well, because they don't have really much to talk about. But we've done a lot tonight. We've talked about Wiseman, we've talked about Jeremy Lin, we've talked in the comments. We've had to remind people that Clay isn't on the team. That we get Clay back. So what else should we talk about? Nettie shows up. What happened? I'm super late. Yikes. Yeah. Something happened. 17 guys. No, technically, yeah, Clay's on the trip. 17 guys fell off a cliff. That's what happened. Yeah. Loyalty for sure. Bleed blue and gold.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, for sure, people still, all 29 other NBA franchises will not feel sorry for us for this loss one bit. They hate the fact that we went to the finals 5 straight years. They just truly hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, it's there. I caught myself being like, all right, why are you guys try to score down? Like, oh, wait, we did that to teams. But
Clay not going to save the day. Basketball, one guy can make a difference. One Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I think it makes a huge difference. Sorry. I just did.
Yeah.
EP, Kicky 3, no. We need a name for that. If we're going to have Draymond shoot backpack threes, what's the word for Pascal?
This is a young.
It's almost like that little leprechaun thing where they like jump and tap their legs together.
Oh gosh. Too bad leprechauns are tiny, because then would be a pretty good metaphor. That guy's not going to hit that. Please, thank goodness. Malachi. Down the big 6-0. We're down more than what we have in points. We're the analytics people. Tweet that one.
Yeah. I was just like they're shooting. Warriors are shooting like 32% from the field. Like, it's I mean, it was like a perfect terrible storm.
Oh.
Yeah, I wish Nico needs to just pull up on that 3.
Yeah, I thought he was going to shoot it. But I thought he would have made the other one too. Anyways. Yeah, here you got to just tell the team, don't worry about the score. Just play good basketball.
Terry, are you serious?
Are we going to review this? Are we going to review this? I mean, seriously.
Oh, come on.
Terry, are you serious about Draymond having 0-0-0? I really hope you're not. Because he's a late scratch for the game. So if you're serious, I swear to God, I will go off on you.
Yeah, I think some people join late.
Yeah.
Missed the free throw. All right, Wise. Are we going to go Twin Towers? Jokingly. Well, actually, in this day and age of the NBA, anything 6'10" and above the tower. Show me who your five are. Did he come in for Smiley? Yeah, I think he did. Too bad. Really, though? I mean, like, okay. You know what? That's a case of Wiseman's development is more important than anything else. And
yeah, I'm not minding the fact that he came back in. Better close out there.
We're totally ditching any development of Smiley, which is a huge tell right there.
Oh.
Yikes.
Oh.
We're getting to become a Shackton game here.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Then he gets swatted. This is such a middle school type game. See, there's that Euro. Jeremy Lin doesn't have that, but he got blocked. Man, Utah, do something. Malachi versus Nico is pretty interesting, gotta say. Malachi got him there. Keep playing, Wiseman. Keep setting those picks, keep moving. It's cool now that the game doesn't matter. I can watch Wiseman exclusively. Jordan Poole splash.
Finally gets a 3.
It's best when you're scouting a guy just to watch the one guy no matter what happens. See his body. That's what I do during summer league. Then you can tell if he's late to stuff. I mean, right there, right?
Box out.
You could go to film study like, James, he just shot it. Just leave Aaron Baines and go crash.
Also, Wiseman can shoot threes. Why is he not spreading the floor a little more? Strong move by Pascal to get inside. Got the call too.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe part of the answer to that is
are they really putting Boucher back in? I swear.
Well, who else do they have?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think for them, they've got so many guys who are out that
Clay sighting. Blue mask. Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder how he, everyone else has got the standard black mask. Why does Clay have the blue mask? Nothing else to talk about when you're down 60.
Was that an Anta sponsored mask?
Right.
EP, you're so much stronger there. You need to just hold ground.
So anyways, on Wiseman, I think he's just, just keep setting screens as if Steph were out there type of thing right now. Maybe.
EP rims out the 3.
All right. This moved along. It's getting under 4 minutes now, or under 5 minutes.
Just keep it under 60, please.
And with so many reviews, that third quarter lasted forever.
Yeah.
And especially because they were stupid ones.
Yeah. Oh, James.
The ticket,
oh gosh.
Come on, yeah.
And he goes to the line. Oh God, they're in the penalty. Oh boy. When it rains, it pours.
Actually, hang on. I wanted to look at something here.
This is total therapy session post game for Wiseman. Just like Steve's gonna be like, just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Seriously, just throw that in the trash.
Stay off social media.
Yeah. I need to follow that advice. Let's see. Where's the game log? There it is. Yeah, I was remembering, and
Wiseman just spread the floor out there. Stay exactly. Nice. Shoot that and hit it.
All right.
God.
I was good. So I wanted to see how bad it was, but that I went and looked there at the end of 2018, that game where we went to Utah, lost by 40 points. And I think like that KD and Draymond, like Steph didn't play, but I think everybody else did. And I just remember it being, like that everything had been decided. You knew there wasn't much to kind of play for. And it was just like I said, it's this thing where like even it gets out of control, and then it's just like it just can balloon to be a 40-point loss or something, and that team then goes on to win the title. So again, it's like I keep coming back to that idea about how again, not to say that this isn't bad and there shouldn't gotta make those free throws. The questions don't need to be answered, but also, yeah, at some point it's just like we kept saying, like it's just a loss, and the final score is not super material.
I mean, that's just like, that's the game for you. That's why I love basketball. Like, all right, Nico gets a pick.
Good strip, Nico. Now watch James trailing the
Oh, yeah.
play. Or
Oh,
cool.
and
That's even
out.
better. In and out. There's
They just
literally
can't.
a lid on the basket, which isn't helping. Shots we usually make, we're missing. Shots they usually miss, they're making. It's a make or miss league. But granted, this loss is ultimately on our turnovers. Unexcusable. Wiseman, that's the kind of rebound you need to do on every play, not just when no one's around you. Full shoot.
Nice.
Bucket. That's what some of this stuff is what they needed to do earlier in the game.
Yeah. You do wonder
Who's had that shot all game.
how much the Draymond
Good
just
job, EP.
threw everyone off by having him be that late scratch.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Too bad.
Good look, but
I would have liked Nico, I thought had Wiseman inside or whoever drove.
Oh no, Pascal's limping. Hopefully it's
something minor.
Yeah. What a season. What a trying season. I thought about on Twitter, I just thought today, I was like, because I'm literally slowly migrating Let's Go Warriors off of Twitter, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I've already stopped sort of, posting my thoughts on anything. But then I thought maybe you could always post something where only the people you follow can reply.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is the quote tweet. The quote tweet
Oh, yeah.
that. So then you're rendered, so yeah, I think my migration off Twitter will continue.
A friend of mine on Twitter, who I know through Twitter and has gotten to be a friend. He made this point that like Twitter, like it's good for sharing things you write, and like you can have like fun kind of like back and forths and things like that, but anything that I hesitate to talk, say like basketball, like it's not serious compared to like some other things, but people take it seriously. It's like when you get into like talking about stuff like that in this space that doesn't allow nuance, it like that's when the trouble starts. And so that's kind of the attitude I'm because unfortunately for various reasons I have to be on Twitter, or it behooves me to be on Twitter for any number of reasons, but it like trying to keep that in mind and interact with it at that level is I'm trying to remember that, and I've been kind of curating my timeline a little bit based on sort of those ideas too. So
Yeah, I also feel like on Twitter, there's so many other problems. Like when you tweet something, we've noticed, Andrew Bogut has noticed, other people have noticed.
Yeah.
My guy, Coach Nick of B-Ball Breakdown, has noticed that your followers don't necessarily see your tweets. So then what's the whole point? Go back to the original intent of Twitter. So that one really bothers me. The fact that I'm not verified bothers me. Like when I'm on the road and I'm one of like 5 people that have access to the Warriors that are filming Steph in this gym, miles outside of Miami, that irks me. Like, what other things do you need? And finally, just the best way for me to use Twitter is to use lists.
Yeah.
Tough shot by Nico, who got fouled.
Call.
Yeah, that's how I've used it too. But
yeah, I can't use Twitter other than just looking at my lists. And it takes so long to build those lists. And, it's not an easy follow. You have to, it's different. But it's gotten to that point where the only value for me of Twitter are those, first of all, notifications of the beat writers.
Yeah.
And Twitter lists. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's funny. Like, I've been thinking a lot about this, like how when I not when I got into bet, because like I've always loved the NBA, but kind of like as I went like really getting into it, a big part of it was, or what was fun about it was the NBA Twitter and like,
it was fun.
But like it's gone. It's like it's a curve, and now it's just down, and now it's like it's too like cynical, and like
so much.
And like so like what I now like it's very divorced from my. Whereas like that would be the reason I would use Twitter now. I kind of like there are other things I like to follow.
If he had made that,
and Smiley got the putback, but
Smiley,
a step back.
This lineup is actually playing tough and on defense.
Yeah,
not just letting them walk in the lane. Look at Mulder forcing the turnover by fighting over the screen.
1 minute to go, people.
See, that's where I think Wiseman would have been better just spotting up at the arc rather than running inside to a crowded paint.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there's like, all right.
Oh, gosh.
Right after I praised their effort.
As they said, a business decision.
At least we're not going to set the record.
Get out of there, JP. Let Wiseman do something. Come on, bro. God. Clear out once for the big fella.
If not now. If not now, when?
It's whatever. Youngster.
Oh, yeah,
Good thing is the win and loss records do not show scores.
This is gonna the Raptors are now gonna have a positive points differential, and they're whatever below 500.
Smiley's getting into it with Boucher.
Yeah.
Camera, go back. Come on, camera, go to the left. We didn't see what happened.
What do they call
That's because this channel doesn't actually cover well. I could do better work with a camera.
Golly. Wanted to see what happened. Yeah, a little extra by Smiley, and then what? Weren't they teammates? Were they teammates in G League? Is that now? Is he doing that now?
Yeah.
That's so hilarious.
Yeah. Well,
it's over.
Oh, thank God. Well, That's one I'm gonna try desperately to forget.
I guess I bet you Wiseman just went, yo, to some fans. He trained in Miami
Oh
and
yeah,
so maybe they drove up to Tampa for that.
that's a good. Yeah, that's a. All right, because wasn't it? Yeah, or he was at the IMG Academy, right?
Uh I don't know that for sure. And I think IMG is in Orlando.
Yeah, that's
Um,
what I was, and that's Orlando's like that's like 2 hours from Tampa.
yeah,
So,
but he was definitely with like David Alexander, who's based in Miami,
oh
Miami
yeah,
Hoop School guys, and they rent out a high school gym to do their stuff. Uh, yep.
yeah. It looks like that. Yeah, so there's something. This is yeah. That's there's something about. Or never mind, that's something different. But yeah, I wondered if he had been there because I know that's pretty close to Orlando. You're only a couple hours away, so that wouldn't have surprised me if someone had zipped over. But even from Miami, if you've got the means to do it, it's not that far of a trip.
Yeah. So I mean, that's it. What do we got for Atlanta? Anybody want to comment about Atlanta 3 days from now? We'll probably get Steph back. So there's that.
I mean, that's that's what you got to hope for. And Draymond too. Like you
Oh yeah.
can't, you can't overstate that. But yeah, I mean that's gonna be a big question. If
Oh, and John Collins is out because
oh
he got injured and he'll
yeah,
be out. Scored 38 on us.
yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, and the Hawks are playing a lot better than they were for a while. The sort of tail end of Lloyd Pierce since bringing in McMillan, they've kind of rebounded. But
Well, they won 7 straight originally after firing McMillan.
There we go. Yeah.
He's ultimately be the main things that's turned them around. He's kind of learned to play them in a better way. And then, of course, they're also getting healthier. I mean, obviously, Collins being out is big for them, but they did have a lot of trouble at the beginning of the season with Gallinari and Bogdanovich both being out for some time. So it's still going to be not an easy game, but if we have Steph and Draymond, it should go a lot better than this did. I don't think it could get much worse.
Oh, for sure. And Trae Young didn't have a great game, so I'm thinking maybe he has a good game coming up. So be careful about him. No, I think he had a okay game actually against us. I heard he wasn't playing as well lately, but I don't know. So watch out for him as always. Yeah. And man, Bogdanovich, man,
I think Oubre on Trae Young's going to be interesting to see. We kind of saw it in not the game before Miami, whoever they played.
Chicago.
Yeah, we kind of saw it on Zach LaVine, and he actually did a really good job. I mean, obviously Trae Young's a little quicker and stuff, but if he can hold Trae Young a little bit and force some of the other guys to hit shots, should be much better.
And also the game being in Georgia, by the way, I think maybe Steve Kerr will say something.
Oh yeah.
So check that out. And that might even be for practice after tomorrow. So tomorrow's
for sure.
Saturday. So Saturday they fly to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe tonight. I don't know. Sunday they'll probably practice in Atlanta. And then yeah, all of that awful stuff. Good Lord. Just a lot of the Warriors beat writers are covering some of that. Jason Dumas of KRON local channel had some stuff on his Instagram. I was just like, wow, this voter suppression stuff is that just so blatant. so blatant. This is crazy. Like, so I hope they do. I hope Steve does say something, because
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts that I could easily say about, suppressing the vote. And, it's like we can take away a right that's completely guaranteed in the Constitution, but completely different when it's for guns.
it looks like, Major League Baseball today said that they would move their All-Star game and draft out of the state of Georgia. And so at least we're building up that kind of momentum. At least we're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Steve mentioned that today.
And I know Wade has been vocal because one of his, I guess his daughter, correct me if I'm wrong, is trans. And, with it being Trans Awareness Day a few days ago, he was very vocal because of the new laws being proposed in Arkansas and Alabama. So I always love, that's what I kind of talk about on my podcast. I always love to hear players doing and coaches doing stuff like that.
Cool. All right. I got to cut it now.
All right.
We'll cover the post game, which hopefully will be kind of short, but yeah.